Chicken Encyclopedia, page 64. Cocker, a person who maintains fighting cocks. Cockerel, a feathered out male chicken under 1 year of age, at the age of between 3 and 8 weeks. Depending on breed, cockerels start developing red-end combs and wattles. Unless they're Sebrights or Campines, which are hen-feathered breeds. The males soon thereafter develop pointed back and saddle feathers and long tail sickles, in contrast to the more rounded back and saddle feathers and shorter tails of pullets. At about the same time, peck order fighting gets serious and sexual activity starts. At that stage, cockerels should be separated from pullets, or at least reduced in number to a reasonable ratio for the number of pullets. Cockfighting, sparring among roosters to determine peck order status. Some individual cocks and some entire breeds have a greater inclination to fight. Roosters in a typical backyard flock will fight only until one backs down, but in some cases, two cocks may fight until one kills the other. Cocks are less apt to constantly challenge each other if you keep more than two and if their housing offers sufficient room for those lower in the pecking order to get away from the dominant ones. When using several cocks for flock breeding, keep them in two or more groups and rotate the groups rather than rotating individuals. The less you disturb the peck order, the less fighting will occur. During breeding season, if you lose one cock out of a group, a possible slight drop in fertility is better than having fertility plummet because of peck order fighting caused by introducing a new cock. To further minimize fighting, furnish one feeding station for each rooster around which he can gather his harem of hens. Space the feeders well apart. Locate them where each rooster can reach his station without passing through another's feeder territory. Cockfighting, the deliberate maximization of the aggressive tendencies of roosters for the amusement of their handlers. Cockfighting may have played an important role in the early domestication of chickens and certain bloodlines, and are still bred for the cock's aggressiveness toward other cocks. The top picture is cockfighting, natural sparring among roosters to determine status. Cockfighting, the bottom picture, deliberate maximization of aggressive tendencies for the amusement of handlers. Page 65. This behavior is more typical of the game breeds that have been around for centuries. Although even among these breeds, the strains bred for exhibition have had much of the fight bred out of them. The characteristics of a fighting breed include a big bone body with heavy muscling for strength, long neck and legs for reach, hard feathering for armor, and a hardy constitution for resilience. The cocks are fed a special diet and given regular exercise. The result is a lean, tough, sinewy breed. Cocks in the fighting pit are paired by weight and have been trained not to back down but to keep fighting, sometimes to the death. To make matters worse, the cocks are fitted with razor-like spurs to augment their already formidable natural spurs. Cockfighting, once when one of America's national sports, is now considered inhumane and is illegal in most of the United States and its territories, also called cocking. Cocking. See cockfighting. Column. See abdomen. Colibaculosis. A complex group of infectious diseases caused by one or more strains of Escherichia coli, the so-called coliform bacteria that normally lives in the intestines of chickens. Most strains do not cause disease, but some are opportunistic and can cause infections that range from severe and acute to mild and chronic. The susceptibility of chickens varies with the bird's strain and age. Infection is more common in young birds than in older ones. The bacteria are transmitted through the shells of hatching eggs, causing dead embryos or chicks with infected navels. Omphalitis in the brooder E. coli is spread rapidly by means of infected droppings picked from litter, feed, or water. The bacteria enter a chicken by way of either the digestive or the respiratory system, but may eventually settle in the eye, heart, liver, navel, oviduct, leg joints, or wing joints. They may get into the bloodstream, causing acute septicemia and the sudden death of an apparently healthy chicken. Respiratory colibacillosis may be prevented by minimizing stress, providing good ventilation, and keeping chickens free of other infections. Intestinal colibacillosis is more difficult to avoid, but may be minimized by controlling rodents and keeping feed and drinking water free of chicken droppings. Here is a picture of a cockerel.